With so many Warbonds being out, people have to decide which ones to buy. I have a list after I've gotten all the Warbonds, and I've wanted to make a tier list of them based on value. I want to make a short video, and all the data is upfront available so you can see the listing and not have to watch or listen to me. I don't want to waste your time. So here, this is based on value, if I can explain it. Value based on bang for buck, not style, not which looks cool, and your preference is subjective. So by all means, I'll point them out. If you like fire and you like gas, like Freedom Flame's in here if you like fire. If you like the movie Dune, that's in here. And there's electric in here, these two, and there's stealth. You have to get this if you want stealth. That's the theme. So if that's what you want to do, if that's your playstyle, go for that first, by all means. This is just if you're like, okay, which Warbond's going to give me the most items, or the most powerful items, or the coolest stratagems. That's what I have here. Now, I've ranked this in a power score. The power score has to do with every item gets a 1 point, and if it's okay, 2 points good, 3 being it's great specialized, and 4 being it's just an S tier or an A tier, and it fulfills some role very niche. That's cool, and you can't get it anywhere else. Something like that. I have stratagems, main, first equipment slot, second equipment slot, grenades, and boosters, and armor. The style and emotes, I don't score those. That's subjective. The armors, they're neat, but if you actually want to get a Warbond for the armor, at this point, you can usually buy one specific armor from the Superstore. Superstore typically is not worth your value as much. If it's one item, go ahead. But as you can see in Warbonds, they actually cost 1,000, but you get 300 back. So here, except for the legendary Warbonds, because of intellectual property, they're partnered and they want to sell them for more, and you don't get credits for getting them. So the Halo and the Killzone is 1,500 credits, $15, and you don't get anything back. But the other ones are $10, 1,000 credits, and you get 300 if you complete the Warbond by getting the super credits within them. So that's the big difference. And I will just purely say the Halo and Killzone, no duh, are bottom. Not only do they not have many game items, but they also cost so much more. So they're purely for if you love Halo or Killzone, you buy it for the style, because there's nothing in here besides the shotgun, and like these two are good. They're definitely all decent, but there's nothing that makes them must get meta breaking, which is good on ArrowHeads part to do that. So let's get down the list. Democratic Demolition, definitely number one. Everybody agrees the best thing since the game came out. Dust Devils, Dune, was more of a newer one, and that one's very good. People, from there on, people might debate what's the best one, but I would have to say I think these four, obviously because of the power score, I put stratagems as an additional point because I think stratagems are neat. They give the game more flexibility. You can bring 4 of those in when you can only bring one main weapon and one side weapon and one grenade, but you can bring 4 stratagems. So I highlight those as being more. And also I hate that they're excluded, because stratagems are almost all unique to themselves. And the main weapons and side weapons, they have so many repeat like side grades, different traits, but they're like, oh, another energy weapon, another explosive one, another medium pen, but they exist. So they're not so unique, but stratagems are unique. So I put those as a higher rating. So back to what I had. Dust Devils is 2, very cool. Polar Patriots and Servants of Freedom. When you get to here, these are all pretty good in the blue class, but again, it's a mix. It's very hard for me to tell. Like, look at all these points. They're all very similar, within 1 or 2 of each other. So it's really going to be which ones you like the most to buy, but I would think this order is pretty difficult to say. But I will point out the key things that are unique in the Warbonds. Obviously, crossbow, eruptor, grenade pistol, thermites. This is amazing. This is why everybody says Democratic Demolition first. Must buy. If you are going to do super credit farming, so that's playing lowest difficulty and going into bunkers to pick up super credits, then you're going to want the warp pack, and that's in this control group. Otherwise, it's not a very good Warbond. The epoch's pretty unique and niche. But so note, if you want to farm super credits on lower difficulties, the warp pack's useful for that. Crossbow, eruptor, grenade pistol, thermites. Yes. Dune dust devils. Here, napalm is very sweet. The weapon, people love the fire assault rifle, and Desert Stormer is one of the best armor passives in the game. So that's a great one to pick up, and I put it in here because you're going to want elemental resistance depending on the faction enemy you're playing against, or the theme build you are doing, or how bad of allies you have with friendly fire. So Desert Stormer is great. I used to have electric armor, gas armor, and fire armor be at the top, but since Desert Stormer combines them, it's very good. Hell Bomb, that's in here because that's a key one for taking out robot jammers. If you're going to play against the bots, automatons, then the portable Hell Bomb is amazing for that. The Ultimatum is also, people used to love it. It's not quite got the destruction it used to have in Demo Force. And then here I put Polar Patriots. It's just a solid weapon to get you started. Purifier, Tenderizer, Verdict, and then an armor that covers 3 different things: Throw, Explosive, and Scout. So it's a very nice thing to get early if you want to get more weapons backed up. And then Steeled Veterans, another solid just weapons and good score. And the Senator is what people love. It's the only gun secondary that has a 4 penetration, so that makes that stand out special. Again, electric armor. Electric armor stands out more than the other armors because typically electric overkills you, unless you get this one 95% reduction, but 40% reduction to electric usually is not going to save you from the big electric hitters. It's going to help you against the enemy, but not against Arc Tower or the Arc Thrower or maybe the grenades. It's not. This is much more powerful for the electric armor. Siegebreaker is the new one. The Leveler is awesome. But again, Reduced Signature is the stealth. That's the big, wow, I'm going for that Warbond because of that. The next big one is the Torture. It is the only primary that has a flamethrower. There is and a secondary flamethrower. So if you want to have flame throwing other than the stratagem, then you're going to want Freedom Flames. So that's why this is in here. Anti-tank emplacement. It's not seen as much lately, but it's still very good and was super good before. That has to do with a quick call down. You get 30 shots, if I remember correctly, of EAT missiles, and you go bam, bam, bam. Like, it's very quick. And you put it on a hill, anywhere you have advantage, you could just wipe out a base on the Illuminate or the bots if you have a high enough ground. And you can destroy a force as they come in. The faster reload mags, the best armor in the game, where you get 30% more ammo and everything, and you reload your primary faster. It's great. TED Dynamite is the strongest demolition force of dynamite. Pretty good area and okay damage. It's not specifically anti-tank because it's so slow, but you could. And it's got good area clear if you got the people, but again, it's a 5-second timer. But it's the biggest demolition, so you can get rid of the big Titan holes, and you can blow up a wall in the city. It's useful for that. And people like the Talon laser a lot. Hot Dog is a very powerful dog rover with the flame. I didn't mention that about the dog breath. That's very powerful too. And then the Canine Dog is also very nice, but friendly fire prone, but amazing numbers. I don't know if that's actually doubled numbers, so they're fake kill counts to the game, but it's still very, very strong. And the Warp Pack is for farming. The 1-2 grenade launcher is the only primary that has a under grenade launcher with 3 shots, so that you could close bug holes if you wanted to with this. So that's why it's special. Is it overall a best gun? It's the only one that does that. But otherwise it's light pen and it's okay. So, and I really like pyrotech grenades because you get so many of them to throw, and they have fire and they have good piercing, and so they actually can do some of the most damage besides thermites and so they're great all around, and you get extra. But that's a terrible warbond. So that's my listing of the warbonds. Hopefully this is helpful to anybody who is still working on buying these, and there are so many to buy. So it can be overwhelming, and you want to know which one is my best value. Which one? Just tell me which one to get first. I'm telling you, Democratic Demolition. So hopefully this has helped people. This is my updated amount. Yes, I put in some numbers here for the total net price of super credits and the metal count and the dollar. If you buy in bulk, it's 148. Still so much money for a game that's 2 years old. I would say it's bad what ArrowHead's done for asking this much. Sure, you can get some in-game slowly. I think if you farm super credits with a team of people, you might get 300 an hour, 400. You're gonna be really fast, and that means, yeah, $4 an hour is get a job, right? But I'm amazed that they have it built in to have a coupon. Arrowhead has a coupon for a blue star built into the game, and yet they are not using it. I would think that every year, this is the 2nd year anniversary, there should be 3 stars, 1 for when you buy the game and 2 more for the anniversary. So anybody that starts the game, they should get 3 free warbonds. Now the legendaries don't count because of intellectual property and the partnership that they had, so they will not count. So it's already built in. I just don't know why they haven't done that. Like, serve the community free digital assets, make them happy. This game would get so much more upvotes, and people would be like, if I had joined the game now, I would be turned off by what feels like microtransactions. 20 seasons or 20 warbonds. Be like, oh, you mean, and it's true, like, there are now more than half the stratagems are locked behind warbonds for you. I have to do the math here, but I think it feels like that. So there's tons of stratagems like, oh, I don't have that, and you'll never have that unless you pay for it. That's not good. That's a bad game design. In the least, they should be giving people some coupons of free warbonds. I'm asking for 3 out of 18. Because I'm not including the legendary ones, but a 6th of them. Just giving you free great advice, okay? Arrowhead,